Hey everybody, welcome to the gallery. Thank you for joining me today. Today I have a whip and chat for you. I'm going to be working on my Disney diamond painting with friends, hosted by Crafty Chef Diamond. And I will not be linking anyone down below because this is not an update video or anything. This is just a whip and chat, and I wanted to talk a little bit seriously in this whip and chat. Something has come to my mind and I've been wanting to talk about it for some time. So let's get started on this whip and chat. I have made some notes. So to get started, I wanted to put up something that you're probably all familiar with but don't really pay attention to. And that is, there is a statement in the comment section about keeping comments respectful and to follow community guidelines. And I will pop it up while I'm talking. And I was just wondering if any of you have ever hit that link to see what the community guidelines are. I think everyone should be refreshed as to how to handle themselves on YouTube. YouTube can be a vicious place for some people. I have seen so much, not necessarily in this particular niche of diamond painting, but all over. I have seen so much stuff on YouTube. I have been on YouTube for 3 years myself, almost 3 years coming this month, July 20th, I'll be on YouTube for 3 years. I've seen so much that is so inappropriate, and yet it's still out there. So I just wanted to go over the guidelines. When you tap on that link that says follow the community guidelines and keep your comments respectful. I don't know if anyone ever looks at that little sentence. That is so important for people to remember. You are talking to humans. Yes, you're talking to them through a computer, and a lot of people hide behind the keyboard. They think because no one knows who they are, they can say whatever they want. And that's just not acceptable, especially if what is being said is hurtful, malicious, mean. Those kind of things are not accepted. We are humans and we need to treat each other with respect and kindness. And I've always said in my life, I've said, if you do not want this said to you, don't say it yourself. Remember, I'm gonna quote God here, and I don't always quote religion, but one of the most important commandments that is not there, but it's spoken very loudly, is to treat each other the way you want to be treated yourself. If you would not say this to yourself, why would you say it to someone else? If you would not say this to, say, for example, a policeman, a nun, someone of higher authorities, if you would not say such a mean, malicious thing, say, for example, to the Pope, why in the world would you say it to someone else? And that has been bothering me. And like I said, it's not just in this niche, it's all over. Drama builds up all over. Every niche that you encounter. I belong to a lot of YouTube channels that are not YouTube diamond painting related. I have seen so much that it bothers me sometimes, and I have left YouTube channels for these reasons, because I have seen things that are not appropriate. And if I get a glimpse of something that's not appropriate to me, I will leave that channel. I'll tell you that right now. So, when you do open this link, let me start diamond painting. When you open the link, you will see that it has a set of guidelines, and the first few words are, and I will quote YouTube because these are their words: when you use YouTube, you join a community of people from all over the world. If you see content that you think violates these guidelines, you must report it. So some of the content or some of the guidelines that I've written down, some of them don't pertain to me really, and they're, but some of them are very, very important. For example, spam and deceptive practices, content that intends to scam, mislead, spam, or defraud other users isn't allowed. Also sensitive content. And this is very important. I have seen, let me just make sure okay, you can see me. I have seen on YouTube, and once again, I am not singling out the diamond painting community, although I've seen it there too. But in other channels, not necessarily diamond painting channels, sensitive content is mostly around minor children. And I have seen other channels, not necessarily diamond painting channels. I'm gonna keep putting that in your face. I am not necessarily just talking about diamond painting channels. I told you I belong to a lot of channels that are not diamond painting channels, and I've seen this, and I don't like it. It's not just children, even other family members are subjected to this. And what I'm talking about is having someone on your channel, and in the past I've noticed you can tell if you put someone on your channel, you can tell if that person is uncomfortable on film. If you're taping yourself with this other person, you're looking at the camera. You're not necessarily looking at them. So they've got this look on their eye, or on their face. You don't know this at the time. And a lot of people don't edit their content, so they don't look. But you can tell the look on their... Next time you film someone in your family, you have to ask permission. If it's a minor, you have to ask the parents' permission. And you also have to ask the minor, believe it or not. If that minor tells you, I don't want to be on camera, I don't want to do this, that's the end of the discussion, guys. End of discussion. Do you know how many predators are out there waiting for someone to put a child on the screen for them to research? People are not stupid. They know how to get a hold of a child. If they want that child, they'll find a way. They have your information on YouTube. You can be as private as you want to. These people are smart, and they can find out where you live. One minute your child is in front of you, happy, giggling, and playing. The next minute they could be kidnapped because you chose to put them on your channel. Think about it, guys. Make sure that when you put a child or a family member who is a minor on your channel, you have permission from the child first, then the parent. Maybe it should be the parent, but the child should have a say in whether they appear in your video. If that child is the least bit uninterested, the least bit not comfortable, that is the end of your conversation. There is no such thing as, come on, it'll be fun. No, those words do not come in that, those words will not be acceptable. Do not say it'll be fun. I hope after you watch this video, you will think twice before you consider putting a minor child on camera with you. You don't know what the look on their face is when they're there. But we, the viewers, can see it. If they're not comfortable, we see it. Just keep that in mind, guys. And I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to make you aware. People who are predators, they are after children. And if they find a child that they particularly like, they will make sure that they find any way to look that child up, find out where you live, make sure that you never expose any street sign, any remote area. They can find out where you live just by what they see in the background of your video. So you may want to hide what's behind you if you're outside, or You know, if you're in your home, I guess it's okay because they can't really make things out. But if they see something in the background that remotely tells them where you might be, like a map. Anyway, I'm just getting too far into that, but I want you to think about that, guys. It's very important. Children are very important, and we don't want to expose them unnecessarily, and if they don't want to. And like I said before, I mean, I have seen it not only happen to children, but to adults as well. I was watching a content creator that I had watched for several years. I won't say who it is, and I won't say what genre they represent on YouTube, what kind of niche they belong to. But I would notice that she would have her husband on her channel, and it was quite obvious from when she would film that he didn't want to be on camera. It was very, very obvious. And she had even stated on camera that she didn't care about his opinion of whether she would put him on camera. I left her channel. How emasculating is that? If your husband does not want to be on camera, it doesn't matter, husband, brother, sister, mother, father, anyone, they express a disinterest or I'm not comfortable, end of conversation, people. End of conversation. I do not force any member of my family to be on camera with me. If they want to, okay, maybe one day. But there's no way on earth I would force them to be on camera with me. No way in the world, guys. That is just... Because, number one, like I said, you can tell on a person's face if they want to be there or not. They're not looking at you. You're looking at the camera, getting your jollies. Meanwhile, your brother over here, he's got this look like, why am I here and why did you make me do this? That's what it says on their face. You don't know that, do you? Next time you try and convince someone in your family to be on your video, look at their face. If they have the hint of, I don't want to be here, then don't go any further. I hope I'm not sounding really upset. I am getting emotional because that kind of behavior is not tolerated at all. And I've seen that a lot, like I said, on other YouTubers that I watched. Not necessarily diamond painting, and I will continue to stress that. Violence or dangerous content. For example, hate speech, predatory behavior, graphic violence, or malicious attacks, and content that promotes harmful or dangerous behavior is not allowed on YouTube. So, if you are attacked verbally on YouTube in a comment section because you made a statement, because you expressed your opinion, everyone's entitled to an opinion, but you don't need to be mean and malicious about it. We are all human beings and we deserve the freedom of speech that you are all given. Not every country in the world has that right. The freedom of speech, the freedom to say what you wish, and then get attacked for it. What is up with that? You want to attack someone for their speech, for what they said, what they believe in? Then go to a country that allows it. Not here. It is not tolerated. I may lose subscribers over this because some people might not agree with my position. And once again, I have my freedom of speech and you have yours. But people need to be made aware that certain things are not allowed. So, I also want to give you an example of slander that's being allowed on YouTube. Slander. That's what I said. Slander is when you talk about someone in a bad way, in a hateful way, and you you make a mockery of who they are in a public setting like YouTube. I know of a creator that I've been watching for some time. I won't say what genre they're part of, but I've been watching this creator. I won't give them a pronoun either. I've been watching this creator for a long time. I actually enjoyed their content. They were in the same country as me. And then I started learning about reaction channels. How many of you know about reaction channels? I didn't even know they were legal. Because reaction channels is essentially having another person's channel up on your screen. You've got their channel on you're taping their channel on your channel, and you're mocking them. And I thought, isn't that slander? Isn't that, you've got their privacy on your channel and you're mocking everything they're doing. That's horrible. And then I found out about a second creator who's doing the exact same thing about the first creator. 2 reaction channels about the same person. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know these things exist. Maybe they do, but I didn't realize it. And I feel bad now watching. But I just started thinking about this, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch this reaction channel. These people who make these reaction channels, they're hateful. This is spewed from hate, these people that do this to other creators. They get their channel up on the screen and they start mocking them. Mocking their way of life. This was his bread and butter. He was making a YouTube channel about the way they were traveling all around Canada. And he was making fun of it all. That's awful. And now I come to find out recently that this reaction channel creator has created a petition to have this guy to have this person, I actually I didn't say their name, I just said it was a guy, to actually have this person's channel taken off YouTube. They created a petition to have this person's channel taken off YouTube. How horrible is that? Now, I'm not sure if I'll watch this person anymore. That's as far as I went. I didn't like that. And it's the same thing as if you have someone's channel on while you're taping your video and you have someone else's channel up on your screen and you're taping them while they're talking, you have their channel up, that's not allowed on YouTube. Not only is it disrespectful to the creator that you're showing, it's not legal. It's a violation of privacy. And if you find yourself that you've done that, you should probably take that video down and maybe edit it a little bit. And not include that person. Having them not include their channel on your channel. You can say that, I don't know how you would do it, but you would have to edit it or get that person's permission in order to discuss what they have to say on their channel. You have to get permission to talk about someone else's channel on your channel, or to have them on your channel on your desktop or whatever you're using to tape them. Even if that person even if you're not filming them, like if you don't have your camera on their channel and we can see it, even if they're in the background and they're talking, you can't do that. It's not right. So I hope I've made you guys aware, and you can comment down below. No hate. Remember those the line I told you about at the beginning of the video? You're entitled to your opinion, but make it respectful. So I would like to hear your thoughts on the video. If you liked the video, I would appreciate a thumbs up. I hope you didn't get too upset by me getting excited about a certain topic, but that means a lot to me. And I told you I've seen it so much around YouTube, and it bothers me so much, and I had to put it out there and make you guys aware of the dangers of what YouTube can bring to people, innocent people. So before you pick up your camera, think about all these guidelines and think about whether what you're about to do is the right thing to do. So thanks for watching. I didn't get much diamond painting done. I got a little, but I wanted to bring that to your attention, and hopefully YouTube can be a better place in the future. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.